Hey GH peeps, what's happening? It's your girl, Tawari Babes, coming at you with a late night review for Tuesday. It is Taco Tuesday, guys. It is April the 9th, 2024. We're going to label today's show Tasty Tuesday. Hope you guys did have a good Tuesday. I had a pretty good Tuesday. I cannot complain. How was GH? GH and for y'all. Highs, lows. Oh my goodness, they on the desk. Oh, yep. GH was given. It was given. I have to definitely give the new writers, man, they're bringing the sizzle back to this GH that we all know and love. And we all know GH ain't its best unless it's messy. Anywho, guys, please leave your comments and your highlights for today's show in the comment section. I always love seeing what gave you guys the crack ups, what pissed you guys out, whatever, however you felt about the show. Please leave them in the comments. I do love the interaction. But let's talk about it. Oh yeah, and like and subscribe, peeps. Like and subscribe. So today's show starts off at the Metro Court. Okay, we're going to slog through this, right? So it's Michael and Willow's anniversary. Not yet. I take that back. Michael and Willow's anniversary is coming up, and unfortunately, it's during Chase and Brooke's wedding. So they decided to get together to do this little dinner, to get some alone time, to get some them time. And I'm thinking to myself, so you chose the Metro Court where your annoying mother-in-law and mom were? And, I heard Willow when she was saying, "Oh, I didn't think Nina was gonna, be bothering us because we haven't talked." It's Nina. It's Nina. I don't know why y'all didn't expect this. I was expecting it. I would have been shocked if she would have stayed in her place and not intervened. But anyway, and P.S. I do think it's kind of crazy that you would go to her place of business knowing who she is and then get irritated when she comes and talks to you. I thought that was kind of, crazy, ironic, whatever. But anyway, and like Nina didn't even know they were coming because the hostess, Trish, was the one who told her. So what does Nina do? She comes over as they're basking in the glow of their alone time and their happiness. Nina comes crashing down with a bottle of champagne and offering to, comp their meal, of course. And Michael's all like, "All right, fine with you. Wanted to order champagne. We want to order it ourselves," which was stupid response. She knows that. She was being Nina. If anything, I wish Michael would have shut the fuck up and let Willow do the talking. Let Willow decide how she gonna handle her mama. He just needs to stay in his place. That he should not be getting involved between Willow and Nina. Willow can handle her own. But anyway, and then Willow even says to Nina, like I said earlier, since we haven't talked in so long, I didn't think you would even, that you would get the point that I don't want to speak to you. I don't have anything to do with you. Which I was just like, they're saying this in front of this other hostess. This is so horrible. I don't want nothing to do with you. I'm just here for your chocolate souffle. But anyway, so Nina heads off, grabs the champagne. She's embarrassed. She runs off. And Willow actually does bring up the champagne situation to Michael, and he's like, "Oh, but I thought we weren't talking about Nina." Well, yeah, because I didn't like how he shorted her off with that. I don't like how he shorted her off with that. But anyway, and then he gives her this beautiful gold diamond studded bracelet that him and Wiley, of course, picked out. And Willow is starting not to like the idea of spending time away from the kids and always playing catch up. She comes home, Wiley's asleep. She doesn't really even get to know what's going on with the kids. And I can see how that can hurt, especially with Amelia being a baby still. And Mike lets her know that whatever she chooses, he will support her, but he doesn't want to influence her unless it comes up to her mother. Did I say that? And he suggests the Lila route, where, where all rich women go when they want to, just do a little bit of here and stay home. It's called charity and donations and foundations. And he suggests a couple of charities that his grandmother, Lila, went to. Great-grandmother, I think. She has her great-grandmother. No, it was his grandmother, Lila. That she was involved with. And Willows is like, this is just crazy that I'm even having this discussion, because where I came from, this is the last thing I thought I'd be dealing with, is nannies, charity foundations, and all that stuff. But then, and you guys, before I leave this topic, I kind of figured that's what they were trying to do with Willow, was putting her into the new Lila role. Go figure. But they move on, and who do they talk about next? Longneck Drew. And the fact that them hiding Jason all that time, and Willow's like, and we really didn't even involve Drew. And I'm like, girl, read the room. Nobody told you? I mean, I know Michael told her right then and there that Drew and Jason never really got along. But she's just hearing about this now? And then Willow, she just feels bad because ever since Jason's came back, they've kind of not been associating with Drew. And Michael's like, don't worry about Drew. Drew is fine. Drew really is fine. And I'm like, yeah, Drew is fine. He really fine. But it's ironic how Willow mentioned the dismissal of Drew in this time. And it just makes you wonder, did anybody ever say that the last time Drew was kind of dismissed from Carly and Sonny and them because he turned out to be Jason, but he was actually just his twin brother? So I thought it was a little ironic that at least now we have somebody saying, I just feel like we don't never reach out to him anymore. We used to be bestest of friends. Moving along, we're going to head on over to Settings Penthouse because there's got some things going on over there too. And Christina has come to see her dad. And Ava. Guys, what? I told y'all. First of all, I like her hair growing back. It's really cute. I like the little wisp. I don't think it should be too long, but this is a good look on her. Secondly, what is Ava up to? Now I see. Are we now seeing that there's something definitely wrong with this situation? Did she not just tell Christina, oh, I'm sorry, he's resting? It's clearly the man just walked. The man got on a full suit. The first thing, I was a little surprised that Christina let that slide, right? Because I would have been like, my dad's resting, but he's in a full suit. What? Yeah, he's resting in a full suit. Because that's what gangsters do. And I'm like, yeah, Ava's up to no good. And Sonny, of course, offers his daughter a meal to put up her feet. Because, a doting dad on his pregnant daughter is what all daughters want. And I just keep laughing at the fact that he's going to really have a problem when this baby's born and it's not his grandkid. Well, we're pretty sure that Christina's going to try to keep this kid. But anyway. And then Ava offers, when Christina turns all that down, Ava then offers refreshments. And she hands Christina some water. And she hands Sonny some scotch. And Christina's face is like, Dad doesn't drink no more. No. Okay. Chris's face through this whole entire scene was very telling. But anyway, so Chris goes and tells Sonny about the Josh argument. And he tells her he doesn't want, that he knows he's not Josh's favorite at this time. And he doesn't want her fighting his battles. And he just wants her to learn to walk away. And which is what she should have did. But we're not going to even go back into that craziness no more. Because we have some other craziness to talk about. And that's her and Blaze. And Blaze being the face of deception. And Sonny lets Christina know that he does know about that because he met with her mom at the Metro Court. And Sonny wonders if, this public eye situation is something that Christina actually wants. And she's like, she's okay with that. And the fact that Blaze has now convinced, no, I'm sorry, that Blaze's mom is now convinced Allison to keep to keep her private life private. Christina's not so bothered by this. And I'm like, wait a second. Wait. What was that whole entire argument at the beginning when you told her you wouldn't want to be living your life in a lie? And this is something that you couldn't do. So now you're saying you're in agreement with it. And Christina comes in with this whole entire thing about, Christina being a superstar, and, she wants to not be in the limelight. She kind of wants to live her life in a private way. And if she was dating a man, this is what she would want to do. And as she's making up all these excuses, because that's what I'm going to call them, is excuses, I feel like she's trying to convince herself that this is going to work. And we all know it's not. Because as soon as they're somewhere and Christina wants that kind of recognition, it's going to go into fire pits. It's going to go into hell, into fire pits real quick. Just like when she was all mad about the whole entire, you didn't tell me you were going to be the face of deception. And y'all ain't even sharing banking accounts yet. So I just felt like Christina doing all those excuses was just trying to convince herself that she was going to be okay with keeping her and Blaze's love in the private area. Because if you're a private person, that's understandable. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's what Sonny was saying to her. But I doubt it. I doubt it. Moving along. And then she brings up, Christina, that Nina is back at Crimson. And Sonny's like, what? And he kind of cracked me up because so was Ava, Once again, Ava is up to no good, guys. I don't care what y'all say. Somehow, someway, if she ain't working for Valentine, then she really has fallen in for Sonny. And she's doing the same thing that she warned her homegirl about. And as if you got a plot and trick to keep him, then you're not going to keep him. Moving along. Sonny is happy for Nina, but something's off about Drew hiring somebody that got him in jail. And that's when Ava, which Christina's watching, assures Sonny that Nina can handle herself. And she can. On the desk, with the shirt off, on the chest. Stapler in her back. Oh, she can handle it all. So Chris leaves a little freaked out, and we all were a little freaked out because Sonny was he was manic. It was clear. And first of all, we just want to give Maurice a standing ovation. I know he had said a long time ago, I think I recall him saying he didn't really like playing these roles. I don't like this for him either, but he's doing a great job. It just is. That's when, after Christina leaves, Sonny asks Ava about not knowing about Nina being back at Crimson. So you keeping that from me? And I'm like, Sonny, oh, you do have a little feeling for Nina still, a little heartbeat, huh? Because why you asking? You told this woman to get out your face, leave you alone, don't come back, don't stay, don't leave, don't breathe, don't talk, don't move, nowhere near me. And now you're asking about, so yeah, he cares about her. And Ava's got to feel that shit too. But Ava lies and tells him that she hasn't even talked to Nina, and her phone is probably hiding under a whole bunch of papers along with the divorce papers. And I'm like, oh, this is Ava's way of helping Nina get Sonny back. Oh, I didn't get that. Oh my God, did y'all get that? This is how she's going to get them back together. Not, but anyway. So Sonny's like, you keeping tabs? And she's like, well, I just know how you want things settled. So what do? The kissing. He starts laughing. They start doing the kissing dance again. And guys, you know what? After seeing Drew and Nina, everybody else pales in comparison. Nobody else is hot anymore to me. I don't know what it is. I used to think that Ava and Sonny were like, oh my gosh. But now, after Nina and Drew, everybody got to catch up on the hot messiness, boo-boo. Because, man, woo! I don't know though. John and Carly might do it. I don't know. But let me move on. So they're doing the little kissing dance thing again, and Sonny's smiling and she's looking all crazy. And that's when Diane knocks on the door and Sonny's like, ooh, Saved by the Bell. I'm about to kiss her again. Something is Sonny is fighting for reality. Something is. But anyway, that's when Diane walks in and delivers the news that, hello, Jason is back and he's going to be working his half of the Corinfo's coffee. And Sonny's like, oh, well, that is not going to happen. But he tells Diane, message received. Now, I'm not sure how Sonny's going to get Jason out of that office. Can't threaten Jason. He can't beat Jason up. Jason's not Cyrus. He's not no 67-year-old geriatric. So this is, I need to stop calling 60-year-olds geriatric. I'm going to be 60 soon. But anyway, I don't see Sonny getting Jason out of that warehouse. Like I said, he ain't signed, and Jason ain't wanting to be bullied. So this is going to be interesting, tomorrow's show. And I hate I'm going to miss it, but I'm going to catch it when I get home. So we are going to go to where we all wanted to go in the first place. The only story that really was a story to me. There's another one that this one was the most hottest of all. And that's Aurora. And we got Drew calling Carly and she's like, oh my God, it is so good to hear from you. And he's like, yes, likewise, good to hear from you too. He says, I was actually calling to talk to Jason to see if you got a way. I don't have his phone number or anything. And Carly's like, oh yeah, he's got his phone on, so you could definitely reach out to him. He's like, well, actually, maybe you could pass the message. He's like, I just wanted Jason to know that the FBI came asking questions about whereabouts and if I had seen him and all that. And, which Carly don't know. And the one thing that stood out to me is in Carly's faces, because she was making some, was when Drew mentioned about Jason not confiding in him. She was like, well, I mean, y'all not close. But anyway, he ain't confiding in her either, so she's left out in the cold too. And Drew tells her to take care of herself because she's got kids and Jason can take care of himself. And I'm like, Drew, Carly don't need you daddy and her. She know what to do. And you know what? I'm going to tell you right there. As soon as Drew told her that, you could see the literal words coming out of Carly's head. It was like out of one ear and out the other. I don't even think it stood in there for 5 minutes. I think it was literally in and out, just in and out. She wasn't hearing none of that shit. He was saying, because what happens? Somebody comes in with a legal brief from Diane's office, and Carly, of course, offers to bring it over because she's staying out of it. And let me just bring up this other thing about Carly too. While we're talking about, you know what? We're talking about Aurora. We'll talk about Carly later. So, they hang up, and Drew enters Nina, complaining about being shut out by Michael and Willow's dinner. And Drew's like, is this about Crimson? Because if it's not about Crimson, this ain't my problem. I'm like, okay now. What is with him jumping and buzzing in to her office, and now he's doing the same thing, but she's doing the same thing. But nope, she wants Drew's help. And I highlighted, I love how she always puts the blame on Michael and acts like Willow has no brain or thought. Because every time she says something, if I can just get Willow alone, the last time you got Willow alone, she ripped your heart to shreds. It's always Michael. You're right. Willow needs to start speaking up for herself and telling you how she does not want you to be in her life. Oh, wait a second. She did do that. More than once. He tells her she has ruined things with them and needs to take responsibility. And if you're looking for sympathy, you have come to the wrong person. Now, if you're looking for that, that day, I got that day for you. Okay, I'm jumping ahead. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna behave. She don't want that. She wants to be appointed to Aurora's board team so she can then pressure Michael. And I'm like, didn't you not learn anything, Nina, from Maxie's conversation? If you have to trick, I know she was talking about a man, honey. She's talking about anybody. If you got to manipulate them to get them in your life, then you don't need them in your life. If you got to manipulate Willow to get her in your life, Nina, you don't need her. I know you want it. I know you want it. I know you want it. You don't want it, honey. All this manipulation ain't gonna get you nobody but some D. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop. So Drew's like, why would I help you? And what do I get? Okay, I'm gonna be good. You get to make Carly mad because you're not being loyal to her. She's so entitled, and this will truly piss her off. And she'll come running right back to you. But Drew, you don't have to take her back. Just help me get close to my daughter. And I'm like, Nina, I think Drew has told you 1,000 times, 1,000 times that you need to stop with the revenge kick. But maybe there was something in this thing that he did like. I had to read this to make sure I was reading this right. So after she says, I just want to be close to my daughter, Drew then rips her to more shreds and says, what are you talking about? She doesn't even want to be close to you. Now? Not at all. And she brings up that he knows about being away from your kid. And I'm like, okay, this is the worst example, Nina, you could ever use. Wrong manipulation, young lady. And what does it happen? It backfires. Drew brings up her demands to help him with her kid, but fuck mine's, right? Just forget mine's. Forget I just went to jail and that was okay. My kid didn't have a dad. And now of course they're screaming and hollering at each other. And it's your fault. It's their fault. And wah 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 wah. Next thing we know, Drew is marching past her. She grabs Drew's shirt. The shirt comes off. The chest is out. We're all staring like. And then it's like, Egyptian clothes, buttons. Nina lost her damn thoughts. She been looking at Sunny old body for a long time, and now she's seeing Drew's hot young body. Brings up, has Carly ever mentioned that you have a nice body? And I'm like, why would you ruin the moment by bringing her name up? Oh my God, is that your foreplay? Is that Nina's foreplay? Is Carly's name? Was it both of their foreplay? Drew mentioned something about only seeing half of it. Nina starts talking about whatever because I couldn't really get anything out of it. It was hard, guys. She basically starts unbuttoning her shirt. He finishes it. We got desk action, door kicking closed, and I'm screaming, yes! 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 Oh, that was old classic General Hospital, guys. They brought it back for us, guys. That is the stuff that I grew up to watching. Hot, messy sex, craziness, enemies doing it on desks and crypts. Clutching my imaginary pearls again. That was a hot scene. That chemistry was off the chain. I don't know if they finalized it, but it was hot, and I hope they did. We're going to head over to the Corinthos office. I could just watch that. I watched it several times. That scene alone. Because it was just given, honey. But anyway, we're going to head on over to the Corinthos office. And we got Jason and Diane meeting at his new office. Diane laughs and says, well, you do know that's Sonny's office. Jason's like, not anymore. Jason still owns 50% of Corinthos coffee, and Diane confirms that he does. They discuss his estate, which is in probate. Diane tells him somebody issued his certificate of death faster than usual, probably John and the FBI, because they wanted him to be dead. And lets him know that somebody was working in his favor. Once again, I'm going to assume it was John. It wasn't Valentine or Brennan, because they sure the hell didn't want Jason working with them. Diane tells him the estate was in probate due to mutters of racketeering and money laundering, and the government just wants to be proved to a satisfaction. But she should be able to get it back in no time. I'm like, I think, like you remember that time Diane says, I just like making things look really bad so I can come out like a queen at the end. I think that's what she was doing this time too. They discuss why Carly's running Bobby, Nina's running the Metro Corps, Carly and Sonny's ending, Sonny choosing Nina. They discuss the SEC, Carly almost losing her house, Drew going to prison, Carly getting back on her feet, Nina blaming Carly for the demise of her happiness. And they both agree that Carly is resilient. So I almost want to say, has Jason been caught up on all the things that's happened? Maybe not all, but pretty much all that, the top hot stuff. Now he knows that Carly's single. And that Sonny left Carly for Nina. Because he didn't know. He didn't know, guys. So maybe when Michael, I'm getting my names mixed up. When Jason went to the house, he maybe was still expecting to see Sonny there later. Because he didn't know they were separated. He told Diane, when he left, that that Nina was in the background and that Carly and Sonny were back together. And Carly's and Nina's, and I'm sorry, I'm getting the names mixed up. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But he didn't know. But Diane set him straight. At the end, Jason asked Diane to inform Sonny, since he don't want to see him, smell him, or know him, that he is taking back his half of the Corinthos company and working at the Corinthos shop. Warehouse. So, of course, Diane goes and tells Sonny, and Sonny, of course, shows up. And tells Jason to go. I don't want you here at all. And I'm like, Sonny, what you gonna do to make Jason leave? You ain't got Frank with you. You gonna pull your gun? You're so good at pulling your gun. Anyway, we have some. That's the end of that story. But I did make some side notes. Olivia does come and visit Carly to complain about working with Nina. I guess Nina's fired somebody and put putrid green, a weird looking green, which I love green. It's my favorite color. If y'all seen my house, y'all would know. And Nina's painted the walls, and basically she's getting on Olivia's nerves. I think that was just to represent that Olivia still wants to be Carly's friend, even though Olivia's not really a good friend. Yeah, then we get to talk about Carly, my girl. So Carly is actually on her way to see Jason after Olivia comes by to tell her whatever, to just vent. And I'm happy they're cool, but whatever. But as she's on her way to give John his paperwork, as she's on her way to see Jason to give him his paperwork, she sees a guy getting beat the hell up in the alley. She rushes up to him and he rolls over, and who is it? It is John, and he got the shit beat out of his ass, okay? He don't want to call 911. He didn't even see him, so he doesn't even know why he would. And I'm looking like, this don't sound right. An FBI agent gets beat up in the middle of the alleyway and doesn't want the FBI involved? Or the police involved? He refuses to call 911, didn't see them. There was no robbery because he still has his wallet. So Carly insists on helping him to her car. Carly wants him to go to GH, but John refuses, and he just wants to go home, wants to go back to the Metro Court for his ibuprofen. Carly insists on helping John, and John reluctantly agrees. And I'm like, okay, so let's put two and two together. We got to assume that John didn't know that Carly was coming over to see Jason unless John has bugged Bobby's. And he was like, oh, and he wants Carly. He wants to get some. I don't. Why would he set himself to get beat up? What was going on with that? I just thought everything was weird. Because first I was thinking, did John set himself to get beat up so he can say that Sonny had him get beat up, or that Jason had him get beat up so they can have a reason to arrest one of them? I don't know. I just don't know what John's play here. But I did like to see John's play action with Carly. And I'm not going to say it was the hot chemistry that her and Brennan had, because man, that was hot. Carly and Brennan were like Drew and Nina hot. Just bad and hot at the same time. But all I can say is bravo, 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 writers. You keep this up, you will definitely have a happy viewer with me. I am looking forward to seeing what else they can bring to the show. And I do love the fact that they're bringing a little bit of old school classic GHN. You guys are great. Thanks for hanging out with me for this time frame. I hope I caught all the stories. Please like and subscribe if you like the content, and I will see you all tomorrow. Mwah. Have an amazing day tomorrow and sleep tonight.